I just wanted to say something.
Okay, I've started recording. We just wanted to track NZDUSD.
Yes.
Yeah, right from the historical move when it was bullish towards the current move, the most recent move, which it has been showing us. It has been bearish, you see.
Okay.
So to know a few things that I've told you to look at before anticipating on any pair, on any pair, you have to be able to tell about the market structure of any given pair you are spending on.
Okay.
So how can you basically tell all about the market structure? You actually are making analysis. Which time frame do we start on? Like for daily traders?
Daily.
Daily, like we are on daily, as you see, NZUSD daily, right?
Yeah.
So our interests actually lie within looking for the most recent break of structure on daily. For a given pair, you're hoping to look at, to trade.
Yeah.
So you always have to look at the most recent break of structure. So this was our most recent break of structure on daily, you see?
Yeah.
Which shifted from bullish. This was just because all along, let me show you something, the entire trend all along this pair shifted from bullish.
Yes.
Previously it was in bullish, as you could see. This was a bullish moment, a bullish move before it shifted from bullish to bearish. So it has been selling all along. It has been bearish all along.
Yeah.
So let's start from where it shifted. It turned from bullish to bearish. This is where we're gonna start from, so that we can get the whole idea, the whole setup.
Okay.
So we're starting from here. It was bullish because for a bullish move, for a bullish trend, what do we see? How can we tell that this is a bullish trend?
Because it's going upward.
Okay, the things we have to note on a bullish trend, we have to say break of structure.
Yeah.
They have to be on the bullish side of the trend, right?
Yes.
Yes. And the other thing we see also on the bearish trend, it's the same thing. We can see break of structure, but they have to be on which side of the trend?
Bearish move.
Exactly. So that's the first things actually we have to know, to look at. The break of structure and the direction of the break of structure can tell us the market structure of the trend.
So what is the church on this one you're drawing here? Where is the church on the bearish side?
We're gonna look at the church, the daily church, where the first intent, where actually it changed from bullish to bearish. We're gonna look at it. Yes. So we've been bullish. We were bullish before, you can see.
Yeah.
Yes. But what happened? The bullish momentum paused because this previous low
was broken.
Yes, it was broken. So the first intent, the first break of the previous low, this was our first break of the previous low. It was our higher low, because we were bullish. We were bullish. We were experiencing a series of higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher lows, higher high, higher low, higher high. When it came to make the higher low, it failed to make a new higher high. So
a new higher high, yes.
Yes. So it ended up breaking this higher low. So this is our church, the first break of the higher low. Failure to create a new higher high.
Higher high.
Yes. And breaking the previous higher low. It should be our church. Don't ever forget that. Church comes first before anything.
Okay.
Yes, this is our church.
Yeah.
So you got it.
I do.
So when a church is
the order broke.
Sorry?
But to return back to the order broke after breaking the shot.
Wow, yes, that's good. So we're gonna mark the order block which broke the structure. There are a couple of order blocks that we see here. A lot of order block that we see here. But first of all, we had our main order block.
Yeah.
Which actually created all this move before anything. You see the last green candle?
Yes.
It was our main order block, the order block of origin, where the all move started.
Yeah.
Yes. So when we talk about this breaking of structure, the church, we noticed another break of structure which was created here.
Okay.
Yeah, this is a break of structure which was created. You see, wherever you see a church, there should be a break of structure. Because a church is the first break of structure, but we don't.
Why is it a break of structure on this one?
Okay, the one I'm marking, this one.
Where is it coming from? That is a break.
It's coming from it's coming from breaking this key level, this church level. Yeah, that's why it formed the break of structure.
Okay.
So which I'm gonna name it. Wherever you see a church, there must be a break of structure.
Yeah.
So when a price breaks the church, it creates the church. It leads to the break of structure, of which you have also to name it.
Yeah.
That's why you see a break of structure. So the other block which influenced, which created the break of structure should be the last bullish candle, the last green candle. We had this candle here. Do you see this candle?
Yes.
You see this last candle? It's always the last candle which creates, which influences the break of structure.
Yeah.
It's the order block. Yes, the order block. So this is the what? A bearish order block is the green candle, a last green candle in the bearish trend.
Yeah.
So what we had here, we had couple of order blocks. As you can see, couple of them. Even this one was the order block. You can see.
Yeah.
And also I'm marking all the order blocks, and I'm gonna tell you the reason why price passed through them, didn't respect the first or the second, and went straight to the last order block. The first one, the order block of origin.
Yeah.
Okay, let me delete this because they were not respected. I'm gonna tell you why they were not respected. Because we always expect a break and a return to order block, the last candle which created the break of structure. Yes. So people were expecting this, a return to that last candle before triggering sales. But what we saw, we saw that this order blocks price
was violated.
Got violated. Price entered for the main order block. The reason why it entered for the main order block is because of what we call price inefficiency, liquidity void. So you see this triangle that I'm marking, the black one, is what we call the liquidity void. Actually, it's always a gap where there is no buyers. It's a gap whereby the wicks they don't meet, they don't touch. It's a gap. It's always a gap. We call it a fair value gap, but as time goes by, we're gonna start looking at everything so that we can understand it. So price violated all these order blocks so that it can come to fill up this gap, this liquidity void. Yes. And another thing, there was also liquidity here on top, resting on top of these swings. There was liquidity here. Let me just mark this. There is liquidity resting on this swing.
Yeah.
The reason why you always know what happens on this
stop loss.
Yes, stop losses, pending orders. So there was liquidity resting here.
Yeah.
So the sign for liquidity, we always use any sign of a currency, or a dollar, or a pound, or a yen. So when or anything, you can mark it. So price came back here to sweep, to first sweep this liquidity.
Yes.
And also it came back here to fill the price inefficiency, which is what? The void.
Yeah.
Yes. So people started now, after liquidity was swept, people now started doing what? Putting sales here on the order block, on the main order block.
Yeah.
And before also, that's what we call a confirmation entry. And in a confirmation entry is what you do. You always wait for price to give you a first confirmation that price is changing. It gives you the first confirmation. Which confirmation is that? A church.
Confirmation. A church, yeah.
Yeah, that's the first confirmation. Which other confirmation does it give you before you take an entry?
Returning to the order block.
Exactly. Returning to the order block. That's what we call a confirmation entry.
Yeah.
So what we saw a return to order block. Though we saw a lot of consolidation here, we had some kind of consolidation.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes. So here it was actually some kind of a distribution phase. Yeah, we shall also talk about the market phases. So what we saw here, let me mark this now. We call people made confirmation entries where the price returned to the main order block. It made the RTO. So this was our RTO, our RTO. This one.
Yeah.
It's a RTO. It's the only RTO which we see that price tapped that order block. These ones they didn't tap. Yeah, these ones they were just liquidity pool. They were just liquidity pool. They didn't tap the order block. This was the only RTO.
Okay.
So entries were made on RTO.
Yes.
So when we made entry, what did we see? Price doing?
Dropping.
Dropping, breaking the structure, right?
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
Definitely. Breaking the structure. So wherever price breaks structure, what do you expect?
To return to
the previous order block, which influenced the break of structure.
Yeah.
In most cases, price doesn't return immediately. It can take time to do that. You're right?
Yes.
Yes, it can take time, but we're gonna mark the order block which influenced this recent break of structure that I'm going to mark.
Yeah.
You see the break of structure it created?
Yes.
So I'm gonna mark which candle influenced this break of structure.
The green one.
This one.
The green.
This one. Yes.
Yeah.
So you always have to take note of that. The last candle before the break of structure, right?
Yes.
You saw that price attempted to make a RTO, but it never did.
Yeah.
It didn't make RTO. It kept on consolidating. And then continuing to make another break of structure.
Yeah.
But not forgetting that order block, it will make still a return to that order block. But most of the time, it can take time to do a return.
Yeah.
Yes. So what we have here, it continued to make another break of structure.
Oh, hold on a minute.
Sure.
Hello?
All right.
Oh, okay, no worries. With Amos, then you can tell him to contact me. Okay, okay. Let's go ahead, brother.
Yes. So all actually, I wanted to show you from the beginning. We're gonna jump to the most recent price action. What's happening on NZUSD? I just wanted you to show you actually the origin where price started selling from, the approach.
Yes.
So you see that it made the RTO here. This is the time when price now made the RTO of that order block.
To the previous order block, yes.
Yes, and it grabbed liquidity because there were stop losses above. So it first took out the stop losses, that's liquidity grab, then it started selling. Continuing to break, since it's a downtrend, you should be expecting couple series of break-off structures. Every time. So wherever your entries are anticipated, should be anticipated on the what? On the lower highs, not on the lower lows. So for a downtrend, give me the series characteristics of the downtrend. The downtrend comprises of lower lows and lower highs, lower lows and lower highs. Those are the swings.
Okay.
So for you, if you want to make entries, on which swings do you have to make sell entries?
Lower highs.
On lower highs, exactly. On lower highs, because that's where we're expecting the RTOs to happen.
Yeah.
So I just want to go to the most recent, recent price action of NZUSD.
Yes.
And you can tell that
actually we were actually almost to the closer to the recent one. From the previous, yes.
So this is the most recent one now we had. You can see already it's still showing us that the trend is still bearish, continuing, because the most recent break of structure on daily, you can see it was here. Yes, and wherever we have a break of structure, you know what we're expecting. What do we expect? Yeah, wherever you have a break of structure like the one we had on daily, this is our daily, you see?
Yeah.
So what are we expecting? Wherever you have a break of structure, in case you want to make an entry.
A retest.
A retest. And okay, let's look for let's go. It's a retest. As you could see, when it broke structure, price came and make a retest.
Yes.
Yes, it made a retest, though it never went straight to the order block, the daily order block, which created the break of structure. It was this one.
Oh, had not yet. Yes.
Yes, but it came to this order block, aligning the what? The break of, aligning the break of structure key zone. It just came to this one. You see this order block?
Yes.
Yes, it just retested this zone of the break of structure. So what we're gonna look at, let's go to 4 hour so that we can try to map it up. So this is 4 hour.
Yeah.
And what we see on 4 hour,
there's a lot of break of structures.
Yeah, we had our key zone here.
Yeah.
If we go back to daily, we can see this is our key zone where it broke the structure. There was an order block. Let me just mark it on daily so that you see. This was our key zone.
Yeah.
So let me remove this block. I leave the line only, so it will show us everything. The line is fine. So 4 hour, I'm coming to 4 hour.
Yeah.
Remember, this was a lower high. This is where we always take entries, at lower highs. If you look at daily, it was the lower high, this one, right?
Yeah.
This was a swing high, a lower high, whereby we were supposed to take sales from here.
Yes.
Yes. Since the trend was bearish on daily, it kept on making lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs. Entry is supposed to be here on this swing high. Yes, it's the same we see here on 4 hour. So on 4 hour, we still need confirmation. We cannot just take entries on 4 hour. So you know now the approach.
Yeah.
The approach of making entries.
You wait for the structures to be broken and retested.
Exactly, structure to be broken and retested. So tell me,
Yes.
what do you have to look at, like when you want to make a short entry, in case you had to make a short entry on NZDUSD? A few
Right now?
a few steps you go through before taking an entry. What are the things you have to look at?
First click, okay, let me see.
First of all, the first break of structure, because here you can see the swing was bullish. We were coming from the bullish what? Bullish momentum. Bullish momentum. And yes, what are the things which are telling you that the trend is, sorry?
That it has broken there's a change of character right here.
Exactly. Exactly. Definitely. So this was our swing. This was our swing. This was our swing low, a lower high.
Yeah.
If we can start marking our the series of, actually for a bullish trend, as we saw, a bullish trend, it keeps on making higher lows, higher high.
Let's mark them. Let's mark them. Let's go ahead and mark them.
Okay. So we're starting from here.
Yes.
Yes. This is the lower low.
Yes.
We're starting to mark, we mark.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're starting because it was bearish before it turned bullish. That's why I'm marking the lower low, this lower low. And then what happened? It took out this lower high.
Oh, high.
Lower high, of which I'm gonna mark. And that lower high was our church.
Yeah, change of character, yes.
Yes, coming to the bullish side.
The bullish side.
Yes, it took out this lower high. So I'm marking this is a what?
Lower low, lower high, lower high.
Okay. Yeah, it's still all this zone was a what was still bearish. I hadn't yet confirmed anything.
Yeah.
So this, what should we mark this?
Not a lower high?
Higher low, lower high.
I think it's a lower high.
We are in the bullish trend, right?
Hey, it's a higher low.
Hey, yes. Higher low. Then this one.
That's higher low too. That's high.
Wow. Then this one.
Higher high, a higher low.
Yes, higher low, since we're in a bullish trend. Then this.
Higher
high. Yeah. Wherever you see a higher high, that's the break of structure. It shows you that the momentum is still there.
Uptrend.
Uptrend. Yes.
High low.
And the level where they make higher high, those are levels of break of structures. You always have to mark them. Yeah, those are simply our key zones. You can see.
Yeah,
we're marking everything so you can see. Higher low.
Yes. Now.
Higher high.
Yes.
So what happened when it came back to make this higher low? This was our higher low.
Yeah.
But it failed to make a new
higher high.
To take out this, to make a new higher high.
Yeah.
What did price do when it's failing to make a new higher high?
It dropped and it broke the higher low.
Okay, so breaking the higher low means what? What we call breaking that zone where it
change of character.
Definitely, you don't have to forget that. So this was our church.
Yeah.
Some people call it a chalk. Yes, this was our church. Yes, change of character. As you could see, this was our
change of character.
Change of character. It's the first thing which shows you that the trend has the intent of changing.
It's changing, yeah.
And what do you have to expect?
Now I started creating lower highs.
When a church is formed, it creates a break of structure.
Break of structure.
A BOS, so which I'm gonna mark here. So this was a BOH, break of structure. Before anything, this was our break of structure.
Okay.
Yeah. Before anything. So you mark a church.
Yeah.
And also you mark a break of structure. You see, okay, the approach of entry, remember now you've seen the church confirmed.
Yeah.
Yeah, but before the church, we had a flip. We're gonna talk about a demand and supply flip next time. This is called a flip. Some people can mistaken it to be, and they call it a church. This is a flip.
Okay.
This is a flip. So since now you've seen the church is confirmed. For example, you want to take entries, sell entries. What would be your approach?
I'll wait for it to turn on.
You look for the order block first. You have to notice the order block
that created the church.
The church. So this was the order block. You see it?
Yes. Yes.
And it's our supply, our recent supply. It's the supply that we have to use. You can still mark it as a supply, area of supply. So
did you record this? No. I forgot to record this.
I recorded.
It's okay.
I did. Yes, it's fine. I cannot fail to record this because I know the day of matches to us.
Okay.
So you see what the approach of entry, the confirmation entry, you told me already, you already know it. Yeah. The church form confirmed break of structure, and we see our RTO.
Retest. Yeah.
Yes. Wherever it makes a retest and it taps the order block, you have to put right there the RTO, a retest to the order block or return to order block. Yeah. So meaning this order block is valid because there was a retest, there was a tap.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a tap, which means that order block is valid in order to be able to deliver price to be sold.
Yes. Yeah.
So where would you put your sell entries?
On at the RTO on a retest, exactly. Until test, then I'll get in on the after the green candle.
Yes, but there are rules also. There are rules. There are also rules. There are also rules for entry. We go to lower time frame. Which time frame do you prefer to make entries from? 5,
15.
15. So we have to go back to 15 at the zones we marked. You see, this is 15, right?
Yes.
15, we should have the same approach. Even on 15, we have to wait for the church. We have to enter with the church.
Yeah.
So on 15, this was a church. Let me see. This was a church on 15. You see this?
Yeah.
This was 15 minutes, ne?
Yeah.
Let me delete this order block I made, but I don't know if I scroll the screen, it won't giving me a time, man, to come to widen up That's why, but you can still see where I've marked here.
Yeah.
You see that M is a church on 15.
Yes.
Yes. On 15, you wait for the church for a confirmation, and on 15, you wait for the church. Okay, wait. This was a church.
Yes.
So we had to wait for a break of structure, and we had to wait for the retest, a return. Yeah, though our price didn't actually mitigate, didn't actually go back to this order block. You see on 15. Yeah, but it went back to the area of the break of structure. So entries were made here on this order block. There was order block where people made entry. The order block was here, it's here. People made entry here. Yeah, it just price just respected that order block. So entries were made here on 15. On 15, the same approach you have on 1 hour, on 4 hour, on higher time frame. Is still you have to come and apply the same approach. Here on 15 also to make entries. You have to wait for the church and the break of structure, then a written order block, then you take an entry. You do the same thing you did on 1 hour. You see on 1 hour. Yeah, that's what we call confirmation entry on 15. The reason why when you're making entries on 15 minutes, it helps you to get to use a smaller stop loss. Yes, because you can see the market being actually you can see literally the market and the zones which you have to mark, and the stop loss is literally small compared to the stop loss if you happen to get on 4 hour or 1 hour. Yes, so that's the advantage. So I just want to go to 4 hour so that we see people took entries there. We were on 1 hour.
No, 15, now this 1 hour.
Okay, so people took entry here. Did you see where I marked? Yeah. This is the zone I marked on 15. Exactly, the entry was there. So let me just put back the order block on 1 hour so that I don't, we were on 4 hour.
4 hours before, yes.
Yes, let's do it on 4 hour. We're on 4 hour. Let me mark the order block on 4 hour where we had to take entries. So when you go to 15, it's called a order block refinery. You had refined the order block to the lower time frame. On the lower time frame, you continue to mark the order block you find there on 15. It's like you refining from the biggest order block to the smallest order block. Yeah, it's called order block refining. So people took entries here, you see. Yes. So entries were here, sell entries. And wherever you see a break of structure, you always have to mark it up. Yeah. Yeah, you see, as the momentum increased, we continue to see series of what?
Break of structure.
Exactly. It can show that what does it mean? What does it show us? Wherever you see
tells you that the market is falling. The market is in a sell trend. Yes.
Exactly. And wherever there is a break of structure, there are always order blocks which influence those break of structures. Wherever you can see, these are the order blocks that are marking on 4 hour. All these are the last green candle. Wherever you see break of structure, there is the order block which
that initiated it.
Exactly. So you always have to know that price will always come back and retest this order block. Even if it doesn't retest it now, it will always come back in future to retest those order block. Yeah. Because of this price inefficiency, the liquidity void which is left behind. You see wherever you see a lot of red candles, you don't see any green candle. That's what we call a liquidity void. There are no buyers.
So to me now, the NZD/USD on 4 hour is trying to buy, going back to the previous order blocks.
Okay, exactly. So let's map it. Let's just go straight before where it started buying, right?
Yeah.
where it started buying before changing from bearish to bullish here, we had our church.
Yes.
This is our church. This was our church.
Yes.
And we had the order block, which created the break of structure, the break of the church. Let's mark it so that you see that price literally, this was the order block. But we still had another order block, which initiated the order block of origin, which initiated the final buying move. To buy. So price, when it came back, the time it was dropping, it came and violated the first small order block, but it came to respect the order block network of origin. Sorry?
No, poor network.
Okay, your network.
So this is poor network.
So this is the order block actually of origin. This was our demand where price started buying from previously before it started selling, right?
Yeah.
So that's the reason why it's coming back to retest. That's why we're expecting a what? A buy.
A buy.
Yeah, it's coming back to fill. You see, wherever actually like on this trend, wherever you see a retest, it's like wherever you see this, you see these gaps where you see the green candles being formed and there are no red candles.
Yeah.
This is what we call the liquidity void. Wherever you see spaces where there yes. So price will always come back to fill that, to balance the void, to balance the price.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. So what we see, according to what we see, we're expecting a buy because this was just a return.
Yeah.
Yeah, our anticipation here was a what? Was a buy, you see?
Yes. Yeah.
According to the church, the first church we saw.
Yeah.
But the only thing that we first had to come back to retest that order block.
Yeah.
Before we continue with the buy. So price is likely to break to go further back to that daily order block. You can see.
Oh, yes.
You can see. Yes, on daily.
Yeah.
Yes. Before continuing to do what? To
buy.
sell. To
sell below.
Yes, yes. Because on daily, this is the order block which influenced the break of structure. But price didn't make a return immediately. So we're expecting this buy on 4 hour to make that correction, that return.
Yeah.
Or otherwise, it can also do this. It can fail to make a return. It can also come and tap this order block.
Yeah.
You see this order block?
Yes.
And it will can decide to continue selling.